Hey guys, this is Mann from Guitarmann.com, and I'm going to show you how to play the song Mighty to Save. Now this is a really popular praise and worship song made famous by Hillsong United, and of course a lot of other people have done it as well. It's a really good song for more or less beginner guitar players to play because the chords are pretty easy and the strum pattern is pretty simple as well. Now as you're going through this, if you look in the dialog box over here, you'll see a link where you can download the chart completely free, and that way you can print it out and work through it on your own time as well. If you notice, I'm capoed on the 2nd fret. Now what this does is allows me to use easier chords such as G, C2, and D instead of the original chords for the song, which are in the key of A. And typically people like the key of G a little bit better. So it'll make it a little more simple if you want simple. Why not? So we'll capo on the 2nd fret right before the middle fret or the middle piece right here. And this is where your guitar starts, so 1st fret, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. And we'll start with the G chord. So this will use chords that are in the G chord family. Now if you need a review of all the chords in the G chord family, key of G, you of course can visit Guitarmann.com. I have a full section on how to play every single chord in the key of G. Now the chords for this song are G. It actually starts with C2, but it's in the key of G. Now some songs do this. Most start with the 1 chord, which is a G. This song starts with a 4, which is a C2. 2 little fingers on the 2 little strings. The 2 big fingers not on the 2 big strings like a G, but right below for the C2. It's a G. I'm playing G with these 2 fingers down here, and I'll show you why. The next chord is an E minor chord. What you can do to kind of keep a little bit of consistency with all your chords, and of course it makes it easier, is a G over E chord. You just play a G chord, and then take that middle finger right off. You get that E bass note, that rich sound, and you keep the consistency of having those same 2 high notes with everything you play. G over E. Go into a D chord. If you want that consistency I was talking about, sometimes you can slide into a D sus4. All that is, it's a fancy name for playing a D and leaving your pinky right on the bottom. It's a D sus4. Here's just a regular D triangle chord. So that kicks off your verse. Pretty simple. C2, G, G over E to D. Sometimes a D sus if you want to mix it up a little bit. Right before it goes into the chorus, you're going to see lots of boxes. Now what a box is on the chart means the 2 chords share a measure. So instead of each chord getting 4 beats in the strum pattern, which I'll talk about in a second, each chord will only get 2 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let me talk about what I'm doing with strumming there. I'm just playing 8th notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Put you right into the chorus. Now this song does have a lot of boxes in it, so you're going to be doing a lot of the 8th note strumming and a lot of switching every 2 beats. Now let's talk about the strum pattern for this song. If you listen to it, what they're doing is accenting certain beats as they strum in a 16th note groove. A 16th note groove is your hand kind of like a shaker, chugga-lugga, chugga-lugga, chugga-lugga. So if you get your hand in that kind of groove, and you want to match what they're doing with the strum pattern, you're accenting the 1 and the end of 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2. They're also accenting the 2 as well. So 1, 2 and the end of 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3. So that's what they're doing in the actual recording of the song. Any strum pattern you do in 4/4 time will be just fine. You can use the simple strum pattern that I explained in the beginner series of Guitarmann Guitarmann.com. You can plug that right in and it'll fit just perfectly. So those are the basic steps on how to play Mighty to Save. It's a great praise and worship song. Download the free chart, and if you need any help on how to play guitar at any level, just visit Guitarmann.com.